Hey, so today was a good day, but first I forgot to say that yesterday, oh my gosh, Casey's cabinet attacked me. She has a cabinet that's like only a top cabinet, and so it's like probably shoulder height when I'm standing. And I stood up quickly because I was excited to show her something, not knowing that the cabinet was open right above my head, and so I stand up and hit my head so hard on the cabinet, and it still is super tender even though it happened last night. Like, I put my hair in a ponytail today, and it hurt so bad, and so I debated taking it out, but then it dulled, and it was okay, but it hurts to touch it, and it was bleeding a little bit. It was bad. But hopefully it heals soon. But yeah, so today we actually slept in so much because we went to bed at 2, and then we slept in until 12. Granted, I was tossing and turning all night, and so it was not a full 10 hours, but still, that's a lot. And so we got up and got ready for the day and everything, and then we headed into town. So we went to the mall and hung out at the mall for I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and then we go to lunch, and lunch was horrible. I'm sorry, it was horrible because I don't like Spanish food. It's okay, but I definitely I don't know if there's any cuisine I dislike more. I don't know if there's any cuisine I like less. Just as a whole, it's just not interesting. I don't know. And so she took me to a tapas bar, but I don't really like tapas because they're okay, but they're overpriced in my opinion, and I don't know, they're just And so I didn't want tapas, and so I got a Caesar salad. Tell me why my Caesar salad came with barely any lettuce, first of all, and then more than half of the lettuce that it did come with was wilted and disgusting, because that was gross. And then I asked them to step in goat cheese instead of Parmesan, and they put in way too much goat cheese. It was bad goat cheese. I don't know. It was strong goat cheese. Ugh. And so I did not like my Caesar salad. Casey was dumbfounded. She asked me to rate my Caesar salad on a scale of 1 to 10, and I said 3. Then she asked me to rate her food on a scale of 1 to 10, and I said 6. She could not comprehend why I didn't like it. I don't know. It's just needless to say, I'll be excited to go back home and eat my own food, which I'm going home in exactly 2 weeks, which is absolutely crazy. It's insane, but I'm very excited. But then after lunch, we just walked around the center, and then eventually her friend Chloe joined us. Chloe is Australian, and I've met her before, but never really met her, And so today I really met her, and it was really fun. And then we the 3 of us went to get dessert, and I got a carrot cake this time, and it was really good. It was better than the bun because the bun was way too sweet, but I had a carrot cake, and it was amazing. And then we walked to the bus station, and I got on my bus and said goodbye to them, and then rode the bus from 7:30 to 9:30. I called my mom first, and then I called my friend, and it was so much fun to talk to both of them. I hadn't talked to my friend for months, so that was cool. And then I got back to Jerez, and then I took a bus from the bus station to my house, and then I walked from the bus station to my house. And then I had dinner. I had dinner at literally 10. I sat down to dinner at 10 and finished dinner at 10:30, and then I wanted to go on a run, but at that point it's a little bit too late because I would have had to wait half an hour to digest my food, and then also I had a long run, and so I literally would have gotten home from my run at midnight if I had gone, so I did not go. Instead, I went on a walk. I went on a half-hour walk, which is almost as bad. But I talked to my mom, and that was cool. And then I came back and worked on my Yale application questions with Dad for so long, an hour and a half or 2 hours. And now I am very tired because it is 1:55 a.m. and I don't want to get ready for bed because I'm too tired, but I'm going to because I'm just so responsible. So yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was a good day. I got up at 11:30 because I didn't go to bed till 2:30 last night. So I got up at 11:30 and made myself breakfast, and I went upstairs and edited and worked on the application questions, and then came downstairs and read. And then eventually we had lunch. We had lunch at 4 or 4:30. But it was really good. It was fish, homemade croquetas, and this potato dish thing, I don't know, but it was really good. And then after that, I don't remember what I did some reading, and I did some more editing. And then at like 6:30ish, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on a run, because I was supposed to go on a run yesterday, but it got to be too late. So like, okay, I'm determined to go on a run today. But the thing is, today it rained really hard, and so I have a video of how hard it was raining. But at 6:30, I was like, okay, you know what? I just want to go on my run. Like, I don't care if I get rained on, because I checked my app and it was like a light green as opposed to a dark green, which means it was raining a little bit less. And so I was like, okay, I'll risk it. And so I went out running, and I wore my like waterproof jacket and everything. And I went out, and I actually had such a good run. I went 4 miles, which is the farthest I have ever run in my life. And I'm very proud of myself for doing it. So that's really cool. And I didn't even run that slow. Like, I ran slow, obviously, but like not super slow. And then I came back and I washed my hair and everything, and then I got dressed to go to El Corte Inglés, which is like the really big department store, with Maribel. And so I went there with her and did some shopping, and we bought some chocolate for tomorrow, because tomorrow is Reyes, El Día de Reyes, I think, King's Day. And then we came back and had dinner. We had dinner at like 10, which honestly is normal to me at this point. And then I came upstairs immediately and worked on my Yelp vacation questions with Dad. Worked on that for like an hour and a half maybe, and then I got called downstairs, because they're like, hey Kayla, like, we're gonna open our Reyes presents a day early, because the twins are really eager to like see what they got. So it's like, okay. And so I went downstairs and I opened my presents, and I got a necklace and I got a shirt, which I left downstairs. But I'm very happy with my presents. I love them. And like I gave them their presents, and they really, really liked them. Like I gave Maribel the like overnight hair color things that you like put here, and then you like weave your hair around it, and she loves it. I also gave her chopsticks, and she's really excited to learn how to use them. And then I gave Maria a homemade scarf, and she is very excited about that too, because she really likes how like big and long it is. And I also gave her a makeup remover pad, which she really needed. And then for Gabriel, I gave him cologne and like a bottle opener keychain, and he really liked them too. So either they're really good actors, or they actually really like the gifts I gave them. So I'm gonna say they actually really liked the gifts I gave them. So that was successful. And then I just stayed down there because I didn't feel like I could just like dip immediately and go back to talking to my dad. And so I stayed downstairs and chatted with them and like watched a movie with them. And then I came upstairs, and now it is 2:30, and I have yet to get ready for bed. So I'm going to do that now and then go to bed, because I am tired. And I thought that I would try to start going to bed like a little bit earlier and a little bit earlier for school. But at this point, I don't think that's going to happen. I'll just take melatonin when I start going to bed at 10 a.m. Because like I think I used to go to bed at like 10:30 for school, and I'm going to bed at 2:30 right now. That's 4 hours difference. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'll have a lot of adjustments to do. I also did this little like side project of putting the connecting between my two earbuds. So basically my earbuds broke, and then I got new ones, but they don't have the like connecty slidey thing to keep the two earbuds together, you know? And so I cut it off my old ones and put up my new ones, and I feel cool. I don't know, like I'm glad I like that little thing. And so because like I use one earbud at a time a lot. And so yeah, I don't know, I felt so crafty and like not skimpy or like scrappy, but like I don't know, like I made good use of what I had, you know? Anyway, I'll put a picture because my description was horrible. But yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was actually a really good day. It was the 6th of January, which means it was Reyes Magos, or El Día de Reyes Magos, or King's Day, which is the day that you actually exchange gifts. But like I said, we exchanged gifts last night because the twins were really excited about them. And I said yesterday that I wasn't sure if they actually liked them, or if they were just, you know, like didn't want to make me feel bad. But I think they actually really do like them, because today Gabrielle was telling our very extended family about how, yeah, she got me this cologne from the brand Poseidon, and like showing off the can opener keychain, and like I think he really liked it. And also Maria was really happy about the makeup remover wipe, and Maribel was really excited about the chopsticks. And so I'm really happy that I got them good gifts. But today I woke up at like 11:45 because I went to bed kind of late last night, just hanging out with the family. And so I got up at like 11:45 and then got ready for the day and everything. And got breakfast. And I stayed downstairs for a little bit with Maria watching Lemonade Mouth or something, which apparently is like the Disney Channel movie that I'd never seen before, and so now I have to watch it. But then eventually I had to go upstairs because I was like, okay, I have stuff to do. And so I went upstairs and I worked on the application questions and edited. And then I did my makeup and hair and got dressed for lunch because today we had lunch in El Campo again because pretty much all the holidays are spent at El Campo. And so we went there and had lunch and it was really good. There was this like stuffed chicken. It was like chicken stuffed with chicken. I don't know. It was chicken stuffed with like, it tasted a little bit like chorizo. I don't know. And eggplant. And like, I don't know. I really enjoyed lunch. It was really good. And we had the typical cake for dessert, and that was also really good. And then we had various chocolates. I really liked the raspberry one. And we stayed there for a couple of hours. We came back at like 6:50 or something, and then I called my mom while I got ready to go running, and then I went running. And then I came back and took a shower really quick, and then I called my dad and talked to him for like an hour about Yale application questions because it's due really soon, and so we gotta hurry up and finish that. And then I went downstairs for dinner, and dinner was leftovers, and so I really enjoyed dinner too. It was really good. And then during dinner, they started watching this like reality TV show, this Spanish reality TV show, and I was watching it with them because it was really good. And so I got caught up watching that, and it just ended at 1. And so I stayed downstairs with Maria, Gabriel, and then Maribel left like an hour ago or so because she has work tomorrow. But I was downstairs with them and it was really fun. And I'm realizing that I have like, I don't know, I have more of a connection with the family, or like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah, I have more of a connection with the family than I realized. And so maybe it's just like that I'm gonna leave really soon, and so like I'm appreciating more my life here, or maybe it's that I really am getting closer with them. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna miss them when I leave because it was nice just like sitting on the couch and talking to Maria, Gabriel, and Maribel, like watching the reality TV show and laughing together and making fun of the people and like, I don't know. But I've been noticing it more in the past couple days, just like spending quality time with them. So yeah, I'm gonna miss that. But I still have a little less than 2 weeks, and so I'll enjoy it as much as I can. And then when I go home, then I'll have my other friends and family, and that'll help. But I think, so at the beginning when I came here, I wasn't sure that I would keep in touch with them, because I didn't know them as well yet, but now I think that maybe I will, or at least, yeah, I don't know, but I think I might miss them. But yeah, that was my day. So now it's 1 and I'm gonna get ready for bed and then read and go to bed. So yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was a good, just like, I don't know, it was a good day. I got up at like 11, and then I got breakfast and everything, and then I came upstairs and got right to work. I edited and tried to work on the application questions a little bit, and like did an Instagram post and figured out bus tickets. And then, so I made a scarf for my friend Yula who lives in Germany. And so I wanted to send it off, and I've been putting off sending it out because I haven't wanted to, but today was the day. And so I went to the nearest post office, because I just looked at post office and went to the nearest one. And they're like, oh yeah, we don't send stuff, we only receive stuff. And I was like, okay, well, where's the closest place that sends stuff? And they point me to it. And so I go back home and get my bike because I had walked to the other place. But So I got my bike, I biked to the new place, and there were a bunch of people waiting outside, and I was like, hey, like, what are you waiting for? Like, how does this work? I was really, really, really hoping they weren't telling me that they were all in line for the post office. But she was like, oh yeah, you have to get a ticket and then wait for your number. And I was like, no. And so I got my number. And on the screen, it said, okay, so there's E, V, and R for sending, receiving, and other questions, I guess. And so I was E because I was sending, enviar. And so on the screen was E, like 184 or something. And I was like, okay, that's not going to take too long because I had gotten number 212. So I was like, okay, could be worse. And then the next number is E147. And I was like, why did it just go down 40 numbers? But the next one was E148, E149. I was like, are you kidding? I have to wait for, 60, 70. I have to wait for 70 people to get help before me? Are you kidding? And since there were other letters, like, it's not just 70 people, it's more like 140 because there are also the people receiving their packages and the other questions. And so I was like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to take? And so I sit there and I'm reading, and then I find other stuff to work on, like figuring out how I'm going to sell my bike when I leave, because I can't just leave them with the bike. And so I do some stuff, and the whole process ends up taking an hour and a half. I thought I would get there at 1:30 and be home by 2. I got there at 1:30 and I was home at 3:15. So that was fun. But it's okay, worth it, because, I mean, it's not like I had that much I had to do today, and I'm just so glad that I can send the stuff off to Yule. But it was my first time sending anything internationally, and so I was like, I prefaced by telling the guy, hey, like, I don't know what I'm doing, can you help me? He was like, yeah, sure. He was like, you fill it out here, here, and here, blah, 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 and I was like, okay. But the thing is, I don't know how to, like, first of all, I never really fill out cards to mail in the US. I mean, like, I think I know how to do it, but I'm, like, not entirely sure. And then in Spanish, it's even harder because I don't know what the stuff means. Like, domicilio is where you live, and that's all I knew. And there was like D, like just a D, and then like a DA. Apparently that was a name. And so I filled it out, and I was like, hey, is this right? He was like, yeah, that's right. I was like, okay, cool. And I just know he was like, oh, why is she asking me if she's supposed to put her name where it says name? Like, I just know he thought it was so weird. But got it done, and it was so cheap. It was like $8 to send it to another country. So, and then I came home and had lunch, and then I came upstairs and worked on the application questions with my dad, and then I went on a run, and then I took a quick little shower, and I went down to dinner, came upstairs, and I sewed my shoe because the padding on my shoe got like, my shoe is broken, okay? They're gonna get tossed before I come home. And so there's plastic poking out of my shoe. And so finally today, because it's like giving me a blister. And so finally today, I just sucked it up and got out my sewing materials. And I sewed the foam that like fell down. I sewed it back up. And so hopefully that does a trick, and I can deal with it for another less than 2 weeks. I can deal with it for another 11 days. Because I'm leaving in 11 days. I think I will. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm so glad I just did that, because like tomorrow with PE in those shoes, that would have been horrible. So hope it works. I'll update you. But yeah, that was my day. It was just kind of getting stuff done for the first day of school tomorrow. But yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was my first day back at school after break, and it was so weird. Oh my gosh, last night I went to bed literally like 4 hours earlier than I had been over break, or maybe 3 hours. It was crazy. And today I woke up like, again, very like many hours before I usually would. So it was weird, but I took melatonin, so like I was able to sleep okay. But I don't know. And then so I woke up and got ready for the day and everything. Forgot to take a picture of my outfit. I'm not in the habit anymore. Like, I've lost all my habits, like going to bed early and eating dinner early and like going running earlier, like everything earlier. But I went to school and I had valores, and then chemistry. We have a new chemistry teacher because last trimester we just had a long-term sub, and so now we have our actual teacher, and he's so good. Like he actually teaches and people actually like him, including me. And so it kind of sucks that I only have him for like a week and a half, but it's cool that at least I can learn a little bit of chemistry now. And then after that was dibujo técnico, and I really am enjoying dibujo técnico because we're finally moving on to the next topic, and it's like I really enjoy it. Like I remember why I liked it so much, because like it's just so cool to like do stuff. I don't know. So maybe I'll post some pictures of what we did today. It's like reflections and like rotations and like just transformations that you can do to different shapes and everything, and so it's cool. I really like it. And then was recreo, and then was math, and then was a technology, and I just worked on my slideshow, and then last was supposed to be PE, but my PE teacher wasn't there, and so I worked on dibujo técnico and talked to friends, and it was a good time. And then I came home and had lunch, and then I just chilled for like 20 minutes, and then I called my dad and worked on the application questions, and I think we're done editing now, and all that's left is to put it into the actual application, so that's amazing. And then I got done with that earlier than I expected, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Decathlon to sell my bike, because I was planning to do that later this week or next week, but I was like, well, I have time now, so why don't go? And so I biked to Decathlon, and it was half an hour biking. It was like, I don't know, like 6.7 kilometers or something, which is like 4-ish miles, I don't know. And so I biked there, and then oh my gosh, the whole process took an hour, I believe. Oh my gosh. I got there, so I bought the bike for 150 euros, which, I mean, to rent was 50 euros a month, and so to rent it for 3 months, it would have been the same price, which, you know, it made sense to just buy it. And so it was, I bought it for 150 euros, and I sold it back to them for 37. That's ridiculous. And so I was like, calling my mom, I was like, hey, do you think this is reasonable? And then I called my dad, I was like, hey, do you think this is reasonable? Like, that's like nothing. He was like, well, you could try to sell it online. I was like, I don't have time for that, nor do I know how it works. So, and then we had to like figure out the bank account, because they couldn't get me cash back unless I had a European bank account, but we don't have a European bank account, obviously. And so then I ended up getting store credit, but took a long time to get there because I was trying to get someone else to use their bank account and then give me cash. But I was like, you know what, it's just not worth it. So now I have 37 euros store credit at Decathlon, except there are no Decathlons in the US. And so next time we go to Europe, I guess we'll be doing a little bit of shopping. But it was, oh my gosh, it was so stressful, because I'm used to having my parents here to like haggle with them for me, and I can't. Like dad was like, you should ask for 50, and then I ended up asking if I could sell it for half the price that I got it for, so like 80 euros, and they were like, no, because this, and this, and I was like, okay, my bad, sorry. But I wish someone else was there to do it for me, because it was scary. But I did it, and I did everything I could, so at least I won't look back on that with regrets. And then I caught the bus, and it took like an hour to get home. But I called my mom, and then I walked home, and then I ran because I was a little bit stressed out. So I went running, and then I took a shower and washed my hair, and then went down to dinner. And then Maribel told me that I have to drop my hair now because she thinks I'm gonna get sick from wet hair. So I guess we'll do that now. But yeah, so I'll get ready for bed and go to bed, and yeah, that was my day. Hey, so today was another day at school. So I got up and got ready for the day and everything, and then I got to school, and my first class of the day was math, and then after that was technology. And after that was philosophy. Nothing interesting happened in any of those classes. I enjoyed philosophy though, because as I've said before, I don't know, I think it's interesting how she gets us thinking and everything. And then after that was recess, or recreo, and I spent it with Ainhoa. And then after recreo was lengua, and it was so, oh my gosh. Guys, I almost fell asleep. Oh my gosh. Because they're doing syntaxes. And I don't know how to do syntaxes, and I don't understand it at all either. And so even if I wanted to try to learn it, like I wouldn't even know where to start, because they use all of these abbreviations, and I don't know the abbreviations, let alone what, like, even if I knew what they stood for, I wouldn't know what that thing meant anyway. So like, there's no hope of me understanding what they were doing. And so I was just sitting there trying to pay attention but not being able to because I didn't understand anything. And so I was just like thinking about random stuff, and just homesickness hit me so hard twice, because I'm like really excited to go home because I'm going home in 9 days. And it's always been like, it's been a positive thing, like cool, I'm gonna see my family soon, and not I want to go already, you know. But in that moment, it was like, oh my gosh, I just want to be home already. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. But it didn't last that long. And then I almost fell asleep like 5 times, because I was sitting there, I was like, my eyelids were drooping, and like I almost fell asleep. Oh my gosh, that period was torture. But then after that was dibujo técnico, and it was really, really fun. Or not fun, but like cool. And so I'll post a picture of what we did today. And then after that was English, and after that I went home. So then I had lunch, and then I got ready to go really quick, because today I met up with a German friend of mine. She lives in Jerez, but we've never really hung out before together. I don't know why. And so I reached out to her over break, and we ended up, like, this was the first time we were both available. And so we went to El Corte Inglés, which is like, think of a mall, but instead of having walls and a door for every store, it's like stands, but inside. It's hard to explain. But we went there and checked out some stuff, and I got pearl earrings and this like ring, like a thing you put on your ring so that it fits better. And I'm very happy with my purchases. But I overpaid for a pair of the earrings, because so I got 2 pairs. And one of them was €8 and another one was €4. And so I wish I had just gotten them both from the place that sold them for €4, but it was too late to return them to the place that I got them, to like the €8 place. Anyway, but it was okay. And so we hung out for like almost 2 hours, and then I caught the bus and talked to my mom. And then I came home and edited, got some breakfast ready for tomorrow because I'm making overnight oats, and just did random stuff, I don't know. And I was talking to my friends and just like sending voice messages back and forth, and one of my friends said something that is like exactly what I think. She said, I'm grateful for the time that I've had here, and I think it's amazing that I am able to be in Spain, but I am also so excited to go home. And I was like, that's exactly what I think. It's as if you took the words out of my brain. Like, this is such a great opportunity, and I'm so glad that I was able to do this, but I'm so ready to go home. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but then we had dinner, and we had an empanada. Like, we had a little bit of a special dinner with an empanada, because today was Nella's 18th birthday. And then I came back upstairs and was figuring some stuff out. I don't know. And then I'm gonna get ready for bed and go to bed. But I forgot how open my day is without running, because running takes so long, because you have to run. You have to warm up and then run and then come back and cool down and then take a shower, and all that takes like 45 minutes to an hour. And so today I had an hour extra to just like edit and get some stuff done, so that was nice. But yeah, that was my day. Hey, so it's currently the afternoon because I don't know, I just thought I'd do it now. But so first of all, something I forgot to say a couple of days ago was that, like, I don't know, Wednesday or something, in the car, a wasp was on my backpack. Like, my friend Gas, she was like, Kayla, and I was like, what? And I go, when I see it, and then Alejandra, her sister, goes, and And so the mom's like, okay, what is happening? Like, someone tell me. And they're like, there's a wasp on her backpack. And I don't know why, but Spanish people are so, like, paranoid about bees. Like, they're terrified of bees, and they're even more terrified of wasps. And so they're like, okay, stop the car, roll down the window, take your backpack out. And so I was like, okay. And so I took my backpack out, and I tried shaking the wasp off, but it wouldn't come off. And so the mom had to, like, come around and get my backpack from me and, like, shove the wasp off with my water bottle, and, like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that was the story. Anyway, today I woke up, got ready for the day, and I loved my jewelry. Like, it was all matching. It was like sea themed. It was pearls, shells, and a sea star. Starfish, yeah. And then I went to school, and my first class of the day was English, and I just did my own thing. And then after that was dibujo técnico, and again, loved it. I'll show you what I did. And then after that was technology, and I did not do technology. We had the computers, and so I took advantage of that, and so I went through my emails and, like, deleted a bunch of stuff that I'm never going to use. And then after that was recreo, and then after that was math. Okay, so the first half of my day was, like, okay, like, a little bit boring, but, like, not too bad. But then the second half of my day was actually really good because I had math, which, you know, I like math. I'm good at it. Like, it's a little bit boring sometimes, but it was okay. And then after that was chemistry, and with the new teacher, it's like, I really like it. Like, it keeps my attention, I don't know. And, like, he explains stuff really well, and so I really enjoyed it. And then after that was lengua, and my lengua teacher is so nice. Oh, he's amazing. He made me this, like, he made me this question sheet for a YouTube video. And so, like, he was like, okay, here's 3 choices of YouTube videos to watch, and then this is a question sheet to go with them. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, so you can choose whichever to do, and then just turn in the, like, answer sheet to me when you're done, and I'll give it back to you corrected the next day. And I was like, okay, cool, thank you so much. Because that way I'm not sitting there doing nothing like I was yesterday. Yesterday. And so I chose a video about the 7 festivals of Spain that surprise foreigners or something. And one of them is literally, like, a live person gets in a casket and is paraded around the city. And, like, there's another one where it's, like, this guy is, like, plays the devil. Like, he dresses up as the devil and then, like, jumps over babies to give them good luck. Anyway, it was interesting, to say the least. And then I came home and had lunch, and then I packed because tonight I'm going to Algeciras, and I'm recording this. But also this morning, I had to request, like, the transcript from my school, and so I went to the secretariat and I got it, and, like, it was all fine. It went smoothly. But the guy was looking at my grades, and he was like, your English teacher gave you a 9? I was like, yes, I know, thank you. Like, I don't know why. He was like, that's so funny because you're literally American and we're Spanish, and she gave you a 9? And I was like, yes, thank you. This is exactly what I've been thinking. And he was like, oh my gosh. And so, yeah, it's not just me, guys. It's a little ridiculous, a little funny, but, yeah, so that was the first half of my day. So after editing, I worked on the application stuff with Dad and finally got it all done. And so, oh my gosh, we turned in the application. He just told me that he turned it in like 2 minutes ago, and so that's amazing. I'm so glad that it's over with. And then I went on a run and came back and took a shower and washed my hair and everything, and I had dinner, and it was pizza night. And oh my gosh, this afternoon was so full. I made a schedule and everything. At 3:30 I packed. At 4 I edited. At 4:30 I called my dad to work on the application. At 6 I ran, and at 7 I ate dinner, and then at 7:40 I left. And then I went to the bus station to catch the bus to go to Algeciras because I'm having a little sleepover with Casey before going to Gibraltar tomorrow. So yeah, that was my day.